Yo, what's going on, y'all? Nojroom here. Today we're talking about the time where I just went to the beach and got a Slurpee. We're gonna be talking about why I think it went viral, the overall analytics behind it, and then also how much money it made. But first things first is I need to rewatch the video because I have no idea exactly what happened. So let me get my laptop here, pull this bad boy out. I suppose I will just use YouTube here. So let me go ahead and search up myself. Here I am at almost 430,000 subscribers, man. You'll love to see it. Let's go over to shorts. I think I can scroll by popular here. It's one of the most popular ones, right? Here we go. Yeah. Did I pass it? Oh, I literally passed it to right here, man. It's in the first row at 13 million views. Look at that, man. Wow, that's actually a bit more than I thought. Like, I knew it was one of the most popular ones, but I just didn't know how popular it went. I also need my earbuds real quick. Alrighty, plug this bad boy right on in. All right, let me go ahead and watch this video. There's a 7-Eleven, see some machine. I don't know if it's the exact one I'm looking for. How do we get a cup, man? Where do you get the cups from? Oh, they're right here. Finally, dude. Blue Cotton Candy or Neon Rush. Although, these aren't the cups. Where are the cups at? You have to buy a cup first. It's the first Slurpee machine I've seen here. Oh, I see. Yeah, they have the cups back there. Since it's 7-Eleven and it's pretty unhealthy, I'll get the smallest cup they have. But I've been fiending for these smoothies and Slurpees like that. Hello, small Slurpee.
Small?
Yes.
36.
36 pesos. Oh, you have change for 50?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You have 1 peso?
I should have 1 peso. Let me see. Wait long, bud. Oh, here we go. Okay, thank you. Do you have one of those rounded lids or no? Oh, one of those ones? Oh, it's too big. Okay, alrighty. Thank you. Alrighty, we can pick and choose here though. Cotton candy or Neon Rush? I think I'll stick with my roots and go cotton candy. Oh, that is sweet. That's very, very sweet. Oh, wow. Give me a second. Let me get myself organized here. There we go, man. So I guess people were right. It's just a specific 7-Eleven still have it. Okay, yeah, so I remember this moment as well, because ever since I've been in the Philippines, I've always been looking for a 7-Eleven that does have a Slurpee machine. I mean, even here, I'm in the city of Cubao. It's supposed to be one of the hearts of Manila in terms of the metro area, but I still have not found a 7-Eleven that has a Slurpee machine. So I was very excited when I flew over to Boracay and I finally found this one that had one. Because there was like 2 other 7-Elevens in the same like area, and this is the only one that actually had one there. So let me look closer real quick. I did see the price of it here because I was curious about that. Okay, so it costs 60 cents here, man. Less than $1 for this Slurpee. Absolutely insane, man. But also I will mention most other 7-Elevens here in the Philippines that do have Slurpee machines, they sell the same flavors. It's either cotton candy or neon. In terms of why I think this one went viral, I mean, dude, I want to say it's just because of how excited I was just for finding a Slurpee in general. Of course, people who already live in the Philippines are already used to there being just Slurpees on each of these 7-Elevens, but it wasn't until around like 2020 where they got rid of a lot of them slowly over time, and more of them are just kind of getting rid of their Slurpee machines. At least that's what I've been told since the time I've been here. So to recap, as far as why I think it went viral, I do think it was a few things, right? Number one would be the price of it. Of course, it is only 60 cents here, you know, 60 cents USD. Those are prices you don't see in America for a while, so that is a really good deal for a Slurpee. The second main thing is because of the POV. You know, the camera was right on my head. Of course, I used the DJI, so I've got a head strap, camera mounted right there, and that's how I recorded this thing in the first place. So that's a big reason why a lot of those types of videos that are recording from their POVs have been getting way more popular as time goes on, and you know, this one is no different. And the third and final reason is, well, my excitement, my energy. I've been looking for a Slurpee in the Philippines since I first landed here, and this was the first time I finally found one. So I do think I had like a lot of that extra energy and a lot of that built up excitement and anticipation if it actually had one or not. So that played a big role as to why this one, you know, went all popular. But I'm thinking at least popular in terms of like 100 to 200 to 300,000 views. As far as why it got 13 million, I mean, that is just beyond me at that point, man. I got no idea. But maybe we can figure out within the analytics. Let's go right over to them. I do have my tabs lined up here based on the amount of views it got for that platform. And I've got 2 from Meta. This one is Instagram. Yes, yeah, this is Instagram here. So although it did get 13 million on YouTube, on Instagram, it has 326,000 views as of right now. I'm unsure why the views is lower than the reach. Ideally, the reach would be higher, right? Yeah, I genuinely have no idea. Okay, so I guess reach is how many individual people it reached out to, and then views is just how many times it was viewed overall. And 11,000 interactions. I'm assuming that's split between likes, comments, and shares. If we scroll down here, we can see the chart. Upper bound 216, so I think those are the actual views it got. By day 7, it looks like it got about 4,000 views, so this is where it started taking off. Okay, here are the likes here. Yeah, 10,000, almost 11,000 likes, and about 7 comments on this one. So not bad at all. Going on over to to the second tab here for TikTok, this one now has 1.2 million views here, which is equal to about, what is that, 12,000 watch hours here. Wow. An average watch time of 35 seconds, and the video length itself is, okay, it's 1 minute and 5 seconds. So on average, most people only made it halfway through the video. And let me move this up to the corners because it's blocking a little bit more. Yeah, we can see here, it started out 100%, but it drops down to like 60% in the first like 5 seconds of the video. And then it gets down to only half of the people watching by the 23-second mark. Whew, that means either the video wasn't that good or people just have low attention spans. Maybe both. But it still did get a good amount of views overall, so it's fine. But yeah, 21% of the people actually watched the full video, and I did gain about 600 followers from this video itself. But again, million views, 72,000 likes here, 105 comments, 162 shares, and about 2,000 saves. Although there is a separate tab here for viewers. Okay, so these are the demographics of the people who viewed it. 10% were new viewers and 90% were people who have already seen my content. So it just popped right back up on their For You page. However, although most of them are returning viewers, only 3% of them were actually following me, man. With a lot of the views coming from America, where I'm from, and surprisingly, only 1.6% comes from the Philippines, which is where this video takes place at. This did take place in Boracay, a very popular beach out here in the Philippines, and honestly one of my favorites as well. But those are the analytics for TikTok here. Moving over from TikTok to Facebook, TikTok it's at 1.2 million, but on Facebook it is 1.4 million. So it is right around the same as TikTok there. Of course, it got shown to almost 1 million people, and then it got 1,400,000 views in general, 48,000 likes, and about 164 comments with 127 shares. So people just enjoyed it overall, man. They just enjoyed seeing somebody go out and get a Slurpee there. Okay, here we go. This is a much better chart. So by the first day, it got 64,000 views on there. So it was really starting to climb in the first day, man. That's a good sign there. And then by day 7, it was at 150,000. So after day 7, once it doubled over to 150K, that's when it just started launching off. Yeah. So this is like half a month. Yeah, half a month after, that's when it reached 1 million views there, man. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff. So moving on from Facebook at 1.4 million, we now go over to the final big boy, that being YouTube here at a whopping 13.8 million views, man. You love to see it. You love to see it, dude. And we also have plenty of data that we can go through as well. So as we can see here, the first day on YouTube, it also got about 90,000 views on it. Very good sign for overall growth. And by day 3, it's already at 637,000 views, man. So this is definitely one of my best performing videos here, man. Yeah. 6 days, it's almost at 2 million. 7 days, 2.2. So in a week, it got 2.2 million views, dude. And by the first 30 days, so by the first month, it was at 5.5 million views, dude. Holy, you love to see it. You love to see it. And as you can see, this line is just continually going up and up. So as time goes on, the views are just increasing, man. They're just going up, up, and up. And we can go over here to the real-time views. In the last 48 hours, it still got 126,000 views on it, man. 80% of the people stayed to watch the full thing. It's a 59-second video, and it got an average view duration of 51 seconds, man. You love to see it. Now, I did gain 10,000 subscribers from this one. So if we go back to TikTok, I gained 600 followers on TikTok for 1.2 million views, but for almost 10 times the amount, I have 10,000 subscribers here. So I suppose that is about the average there, right? But that should conclude all of the analytics here, man. So starting with Instagram here, this one has about 326,684 views as the time of making this video, followed by TikTok that just has the 1.2. That's not gonna give me all the miniature ones in between there. I think Facebook's the same. No, Facebook also gives you the specifics. So, 1,422,885 views. And then finally, plus YouTube's, which has more than them all combined at 13,800,000 something views, for a total of 16,749,569 views on this Slurpee video, dude. Holy, that is a lot. But the real question is, how much money did this make? Alrighty, starting with Instagram here. So the unfortunate thing about Instagram is, at the time of making this video and getting it posted, my Instagram was not monetized. And then the same does apply for Facebook, because they're both hand in hand, man. I do believe once you do get monetized on one, it's immediately monetized on the other. You know, it's one singular unit here. It is Meta. So yeah, 300,000 views, $0. And then also for this one with 1.4 million views on Facebook, also $0. But going over to TikTok here, so this is where it gets a bit interesting. Now the TikTok studio here doesn't actually tell me how much it actually makes, but I am part of the creator fund. I believe they call it the creator rewards program. So you just get paid directly for making videos that are longer than 60 seconds. Although it's not here, I do have it on my mobile app, which is on the phone that I'm using to record, but I did take some screenshots and screen recording. So let me go download those real quick. So for 1.2 million views over on TikTok, it generated about 351 USD. Now, if you ask me personally, whether or not that's a lot, it all depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at the views, for 1 million views, you can see it as you only got like 350 USD. So that could not really be much at all. But then also think about it this way. The video was only 60 seconds long. So I think for a 60-second video, making 300 bucks on it just by going and getting a Slurpee that costs less than $1, to me, this is really nice. Out of all those 1.4 million views, was it 1.4? No, 1.2 million views, only 761,000 actually qualify for revenue. And my RPM is about 46 cents. So this is the revenue per 1,000 views. But still, almost getting like, half $1 for each 1,000 views is quite a bit. But that was TikTok. It is time for the big boy. Going over to the YouTube tab and going to the revenue here on YouTube. Bam, man. On YouTube, 1,590 USD for that, man. Which, again, is how you think of it, man. You got to take it how you think about it. In total, it did get about 13 million views, and it did only generate 1,590 for those views. But again, the way I see it is, it's only a 60-second video. If you want to take more factors into consideration, my camera, my DJI camera, that costs quite a bit, and then also my travel there in the first place. So my DJI camera, the Action 4, that was about 400 USD, but considering all the extra text and accessories, we'll say that was like 500 USD. My flight here to Boracay was 400 USD, and then my actual stay there in Boracay, I would say that was probably like another 400 USD, and then the Slurpee itself was 1 USD, right? So in total, to make this moment happen for this video, it cost me about 1,301 USD. Yeah, I'm left with $289 profit based on YouTube itself. There's still the TikToks. Of course, it's not going to show it here. TikToks, which off the top of my head, it was 350. So in total, $639 profit based on all the shenanigans. And in reality, though, I was going to Boracay and I made a ton of videos. So the cost of my cam and the actual travel itself gets split about 20 to 30 videos, kind of share that cost there, man. So I more so think about this in terms of how much I spent on the video, literally itself, which was that $1 for the Slurpee. So by spending $1, I was able to generate 1,940 USD. For me, I'd say that's pretty good. But also, I want to go over this last thing here, man. The revenue per 1,000 views here, it's only 13%. So although this generated more money versus TikTok, TikTok's RPM was about 45, man. Let me go back to it here. Okay, here we go. Pause. So I'll put this to the side right here. TikTok's revenue per 1,000 views is 46 cents versus YouTube's is 13 cents. So TikTok can pay you way more for these, every 1,000 views on these short form videos versus YouTube does. However, look at these little charts here, man. TikTok's going to spike within the first week, but then heavily tampers off here, man. And at this point, it barely makes anything as these days are going by. Versus going over to YouTube here, this is a consistent chart, constantly growing in size, man. But that is one of the things that I love the most about YouTube. It's easily a time-based game and it snowballs. Of course, all that work, all that labor that you do, you put in, you just keep on doing that over and over and over again, and it just snowballs, man. Because also, with this video going viral, it makes it so it's much easier for a lot of your other videos to also go viral. I'm not sure if TikTok really works that way. I think TikTok, they just kind of treat your videos as individuals, but YouTube, they kind of treat it as a collective. YouTube's algorithm will say, oh, well, if this video by this creator went viral, then surely these other ones will go viral as well. So every time one of these does get a lot of views, I notice that the other views on the other videos that have just been posted right before also start getting a rise in views, which is also a rise in revenue. So in conclusion, for about 16 million views overall, we generated 1,940 USD and only spending 1 USD on a simple Slurpee. Whew, holy man, I love going through all these analytics and getting to the nitty-gritties and figuring out how it all works, man. All the behind the scenes type of things. So if you like these types of videos and want to see me do more, then let me know in the comments below. Speaking of the comments, I'm wondering what people actually thought about this video when I was actually going through with it, man. Where are the comments at? Right here. But I think I'll save that for another video. Like always, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time, man. Take care and peace out. Peace.